For the second time in the space of 7 days, the oldest rugby field in South Africa plays host to another ancient fixture. Welcome to the Pythie Rees in the heart of Rondebosch. It's Bishops, the home side, taking on the boys from Stellenbosch, Roos Gymnasium. In 2018, both sides are unbeaten. However, should Bishops wish to keep their record alive, they'll have to stop a side that is well on its way to becoming one of the best ever produced Roos rugby sides. The weather has cleared up. We all set for a beautiful game. Alongside me in the commentary box is Andries Strauss. Andries, good morning.
Good morning, Justin, and great to be here again. A magnificent setting here in Cape Town with this wonderful view, and looking forward to a match between two great rugby schools, and they never disappoint. It's always a fantastic fixture with good rugby to be seen, and I can't wait for this match to kick off.
Well, Roos, they've won 9 out of 9 this season, and they just ooze class. And today for Bishops, well, they are going to have to play the game of their lives. And we just look at their match day 15, led by number 6, Justin Mother. The loose head prop is Aidan MacDonald, who's in for Aidan Castle, or Alex Castle, should I say. Number 2 is Dan Stillick. Tight head prop, Oliver McRoberts. The lock combination is Van Westenbrugge and head boy Tim Sharples. Number 7, blindside flanker, David Nivison. Number 8, Izzy Wharton. And then number 9 and 10, the halfback combination. They were sensational last week against Sachs. William Rose and Jordan Mayer. They'll have to be at their best today. The left winger, Bingo Ivanisevic. Number 12 and 13, the centre combination, Victor Allen and Harry Newman. On the right wing is Michael Roach. And then the man from Strand, the fullback, Liam Kloosman. And then there's Roos. Well, they are missing JJ Kotze today. Jan Korek van der Vat gets a shot at hooker. Robbie Rogers is a loose head prop. And then the big grizzly bear, Hanru Jacobs, he's got a bag of tricks. Watch out for him. The lock combination is Mink Sherink from the Netherlands. Daniel Swartz at number 5, who gets a chance. And then Jared Cairns, the open side flanker, who's been sensational all season. Andre Smith at 7. Big Matt Cordy at 8. Halfback combination, Xander Buerta and Juan Mostard. And then the center combination with number 12 captain Brendan Fencer, Regan van der Westhuizen and 13. And then an electric back 3 of Cade Croy. And is there a better winger in South African schoolboy rugby at the moment than Remy Engelbrecht? And then the Carmen composed Cade Vulita, who has slotted 57 conversions.
This Roos side is just loaded with class, Justin. They've got quality players right from number 1 all the way through to 15, and they are definitely the South African schoolboys team to beat this year. There's no weakness in their game. There's no part of their game where you feel you could take them on. They're just a solid, well-coached rugby side. And Bishops, they'll have their hands full today.
We just see the spectators, the Bishops boys, well, they'll believe that they can win this game. Bishops are almost ready to enter the Pythie Rees from underneath the poles. And well, Bishops, they've won 6 out of 6 this season, unbeaten. It includes a famous victory over Cray High School. And today, they'll have to produce the game of their lives to overcome Roos, who are second in the country. Roos being led out by Brendan Fencer. The visitors making their way out, and Bishops being led out by captain Justin Mother. The scene is about to be set. So the ref makes his way to centre field. It's 10 in the country. Bishops taking on Roos, who are second. Something has got to give.
Two fantastic schoolboy rugby weekends in a row, Justin. Last week, Paul was just mulling with a lot of schoolboy talent. Great college against Boys High. Roos taking on Paul Gymnasium, and this week we spoiled with this fantastic fixture between Roos Gymnasium and Bishops. A match that should be very exciting.
So the wonderful Cade Vulita who has scored 158 points this season, only in grade 11. What a future this kid has. The Damian McKenzie of Paul Roos.
Never looks like missing when he's standing behind the ball. He kicks it quite nicely and he's got a good all-round game as well.
Fulita. And taken by Bishops just outside the 22. Geordie Meyer. And he pops it to Nivison, the blindside flanker. Meyer. And here's Victor Allen. He was impressive last week against Sachs. Paul Roos trying to cause havoc at ruck time. Bishop's play running rugby. Meyer. It's a loose pass. Work to do for Michael Roach, the number 14. Rose back to Meyer, and that is not out. And here comes Juan Mostert, the tall fly off. Buerda sends it to the Dutchman, the polar bear, Mink Sherink. Buerda, and he finds Andre Smith, who gets a chance at blindside flank. Buerda, away to Brendan Fenner, the captain. And here's Mr. Titanium, Regan van der Westhuizen. Matt Cordy pops it to Daniel Swartz, the lock forward. Can they stop the tank, Bishops? The Maroon Machine looking for first blood. Here's the Grizzly Bear, Hanru Jacobs. And they find Robbie Rogers, the loose head prop. So phase after phase we go for the second best team in the country. And it's a penalty of Bishops.
Fantastic defense by Bishops in the end, and this Paul Roos side has got so much class, kept onto the ball quite nicely, and fortunately for Bishop, managed to get the turnover at the end there. What a frantic start, Justin. It's about 2.5 minutes of rugby since the kickoff, and this is the first break we've had.
Bishops will have a lot of work to do yet, just outside the 22. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Running rugby is at the heart of their play. And it's going to be Stelik with the throw. What actually looks like Willie Rose. So Corrick van der Walt makes a hash of it. Rose at the base. And work for Remy Engelbrecht. He's electrifying, this kid. 9 tries in 2018. Good defense by Bishops. But Paul Roos will have the scrum. And it's feisty out there.
Very feisty, Justin. A good start by Bishops here. Traditionally not a team that like to kick the ball away too often, and it might just play into their hands today. Paul Roos very dangerous from broken play, and Bishops probably better off keeping the ball in hand and testing this Paul Roos defense.
Well, Willie Rose, pretty interesting. The scrum off throwing in at the lineouts. Confused everyone around the ground. Paul Roos with a scrum.
Such a dangerous backline that the Paul Roos side have at the moment. John Mostert, a lanky fella, great hands on him and good at getting the offload away, and that gives him so many options on the attack because he can attack the line, take on the defenders, and then you've got those two amazing centres running off him.
Cordy to Puerta, Engelbrecht. Puerta feeds it away to Sherink with a pop pass to Cairns. And it's back to that man, Juan Mostert. A talented individual. Puerta finds a big runner in the frame of Robbie Rogers. Educated box kick. Sits up for Vulita. Well, every now and then, Da Vinci also drops his paintbrushes.
Great start by by Paul Roos, Justin. I like that comment of yours. A good start by Paul Roos, very solid, very composed. You can see they back themselves, they back their ability, and very comfortable to play this sort of rugby. And it's just good to see the confidence in these boys. And Volitzer, you've mentioned such a class youngster, such a good rugby player, and I'm looking forward to seeing him inject himself into this match.
Van Westenbrugge with the take, pops it to Roos, and here's Victor Allen. Another good carry by the inside centre. Well, those of you who will remember last year at Makota, 32-30 it was, and there's Justin Mother to Izzy Wharton, who scored a cracker last week against Sachs. Well, for the last few years, people have come to watch Bishops play, not to watch them win, and today it's different. They'll be hoping for a victory. Brendan Venter finds the bus, Regan van der Westhuizen. Knocked on there by Engelbrecht, and it's popped up by Dan Stellick, who's in today for Jeff Malherbe. Bishops looking good.
Definitely are, Justin, looking dangerous, the ball in hand, and probably not the smartest decisions. We look at a bit of scuffle going on in the field, taking the ball away at this back three of Paul Roos. Remy Engelbrecht knocking on that ball, but boy, if he keeps hold of it, he's a dangerous player and one they have to keep their eyes on. Interesting to see that Bishops are opting with William Roos to throw the ball in at the line out. Not something we've seen a lot of lately, and I'm quite interested to see how that plays out for them. Matthew Corley just being given a yellow card for off the ball play.
Well, this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Bishops. Geordie Mayer, the number 10. And he makes shambles out of that one. Work for Michael Roach. Wasted opportunity there.
Yeah, not the greatest kick by Geordie Mayer, and he'd be disappointed with that. A get out of jail free card there for Paul Roos, because defending a line-out drive with one less man in that pack, not an easy feat, and they'll feel hard done by.
Van Westenbrugge has work to do, and Jared Cairns, the open side flanker, has it. Robbie Rogers, the loose head prop. Hannu Jacobs with a bag of tricks, but it's gone forward. Van Westenbrugge. Here we go with Liam Kloosman, the little fullback. Allen has to play at scrum off. Pops it to his head boy, Tim Sharples. Willie Rose to Geordie Mayer. There's Aidan MacDonald. Rose. Allen. Scrum time for Paul Roos.
Very good defense there by Paul Roos. One less man on the field, and they managed to fill the field quite nicely and not give Bishops too many options to have a go at. Very nice to see that this Bishops team is prepared to keep the ball in hand and have a go. And they do look quite dangerous when they get going, Justin. And not the ideal start here for Paul Roos, but again, opportunity here for them to maybe put some pressure on Bishops. One less man in the scrum at the moment. They're opting to keep it a 7-against-8 scrum. Henry Jacobs, the giant with the grizzly bear, as you call him, Justin, fantastic player. And my new favourite player in this team is a loose head prop, Robbie Rogers. Is built like a steam train, fantastic rugby player.
Brilliant scrum from Paul Roos. Mustard having a go. He's like Bowden Barrett, this fella. And he gets the opening score for Paul Roos Gymnasium.
Fantastic try there by John Mostert. We mentioned it a little earlier. Such a dangerous player. Hey, quite lanky, good hands, can take the ball to the air or to the line, and then with those two fantastic centres running off him, created a bit of space. He saw that, took the gap, good step off the left foot, and then under the post. And that is exactly what makes this Paulus team dangerous in a difficult time to play against. One less man on the park. They still have this fantastic tight five that keeps the scrum solid, and a great platform for them to attack off. And those backs are just fantastic. And we've not even seen the best of them yet.
Fulita raises the flags. A little bit of an insult to him to make him kick from underneath the poles. So, Roos score with 14 men on the field. Matt Cordy in the sin bin. Willie Rose to restart. Engelbrecht has to clear, but it's back to Willie Rose. Having a stab. Look at him go. What a step. But he drops the bucket.
Fantastic play by Willie Rose. It almost looked like he was going to go over there for a 5-pointer. There's someone down. Remy Engelbrecht getting up quite slowly, but this Willie Rose, he's just involved with everything. I remember last year watching Bishops play, and their hooker, Caleb Kenny, was throwing in the line-outs, kicking off, kicking at goal, kick to touch. It looks like Willie Rose has taken over from him and looks quite dangerous with ball in hand as well.
Willie Rose really come out his shell in 2018 and expect bigger things from him as the season unfolds.
It's just worth mentioning, Justin, that that's almost been a 14-point swing. If you remember, after that yellow card, they had a chance to kick it into the corner and have a go at a drive. Didn't capitalize on that. Ball's going to go out. Paulus got a scrum 30 meters out and capitalized with 7 points. So a 14-point swing early on in this match.
Formidable scrum from Paulus as they headed up through their captain. Well, not their captain, it's Regan van der Vesthuizen in the outside centre. A chance for Bishops. Bingo Ivanezovic gets the offload away to Allen. Bishops with a chance to equalise. Nivison. Rose goes on the short side. Ivanezovic with the inside ball. And we come back for the penalty.
And this might be an opportunity for them to get those 7 points they missed out on a bit earlier. Great play by Bishops, and they do look dangerous, Justin. They've got a lot of talent in their side, they've got a lot of class in their team, and they just need to gel together as a team to make some impact.
Rose with the throw. And it's an overthrow. Mostert, the try scorer, who gets the turnover. Van der Vaart finds Kate Croy. Almost breaking. Well, Bishops, they've been sensational at breakdown points, and here we go. It's a tap and go. Paulus, we're not 10. So we'll come back for the penalty if nothing comes from this. Intercepts, but we'll come back for the penalty, and this could be trouble. Can you believe it? It's a second yellow card.
Cynical play there by Zander Boerta. Probably a bit unfortunate, but this William Rose is just electric. I saw the opportunity to take a quick tap, forced an extra 10 yards and another penalty and another yellow card for Paulus. 13 men on the field at the moment, and this is an ideal opportunity for Bishops to get onto the scoreboard.
Bishops are in this physically as well. They haven't backed down.
These boys have played a lot of rugby lately. As we said, played a tough match last weekend. They had the Craven Week trials on Wednesday and right back into it this weekend. So these bodies have taken a bit of couple of knocks over the week, and fantastic to see these boys come back.
So Stelik has to save the day, but Rogers took it away from him, so we come back for the scrum.
Look at the sizes. Robbie Rogers, son of Heinrich Rogers, former Springbok prop himself, and you can see the genes are there, and obviously been taught by his old man how to get the the scrum going forward.
Can Bishops strike back? Under pressure at scrum time. This could be a tight head. We'll have a reset.
Just a testament of how strong this Polris tight 5 is. 7 men against 8 in that scrum and going forward at a rate of knots. And that's a great weapon they have. 13 men on the field, no scrum off. So there might be a couple of opportunities around the scrum time. No 8 to cover to the defense, so you'd expect there to be gaps in between the scrum.
Again under pressure. What a scrum that is from Polris, and that is why they are the second best team in the country.
Fantastic character by the Polris tight 5. Good scrum again, forcing the penalty, and another opportunity gone for Bishops.
Promising kick by Mostert. A chance to relieve pressure.
Roos will just want to slow the game down slightly. 2 men off the field. Probably slow it down and see if they can get a Matthew Cordy back on the field.
Polris with possession. Picked up there by Cairns, and he finds Henry Jacobs. Engelbrecht has to play at scrum off. He finds Andre Smith. The heart and soul of their team, Polris, is the pick and drive. Meters rugby. Engelbrecht at scrum off again. Mostert sends it to Klusman at the back. He takes the mark. Just assessing his options.
Smart play and very mature play there by Jean Mostert. Kicking the ball deep into the Bishop's half, forcing him to kick the ball straight back at them, and he's got his hands on the ball again.
Well, yes, Engelbrecht. He's electric. Tackled by Nivison. Brendan Fencer says, I can also play a scrum off. Engelbrecht to Rogers. Minksterink, the Dutchman. The man who hails from Schiedam in the Netherlands. Engelbrecht, scrappy ball, Mostert has to do some work, and here's Regan van der Westhuizen. We come back for the penalty.
Regan van der Westhuizen well looked after there by Bishop, and their defense has been strong. Just slipped the one try, John Mostert going through some space, but apart from that, they've been really good, solid. They've been making good hits as well, and not allowing Polris to get too much momentum. Apart from Henry Jacobs, that no one will be able to stop from getting a couple of yards. But all in all, it's been a satisfying performance from Bishops thus far, and Polris having to dig deep to stay in this match.
Fulita will have the chance to add the extra 3. And 1-14 from Polris. Must feel so comfortable with a fullback like this in their side. Cade Vulita. Get in the hole, it is. Cade Vulita makes no mistake. It is 10 to Polris, 0 to Bishops after 19 minutes. And in this fixture last year, after 19 minutes, it was 10-all. So Polris looking the business here on the Piley Reese.
Good kick by Cade Vulita, and we have to remember that his preferred position is fly half. And a very good one in that as well.
So good running by Matt Cordy. Good pop pass to Shrink. Getting over the gain line. Van der Westhuizen plays it scrum off. Juan Mostert launches a kick to Klusman. Decides to play a percentage game and he finds Engelbrecht. Beats 2. What a run by Remy Engelbrecht. But Bishops, that was great, and they'll maybe have a tap and go, they do. Here's Roos. Fires it away to Meyer. This is great stuff. Victor Allen. Ivanezovic, the forest animal. Thirding with the touchline. It's a feisty customer. Can they execute? Roos to Wharton. Geordie Meyer. Klusman. He's a slippery customer. Liam Klusman. Roos. What a tolling try this could be if they can capitalize. Penalty advantage. Aidan MacDonald. The loose head prop. Good run by Izzy Wharton. So close. It's a try. Bishops strike back. And coming up with it is Captain Courageous Justin Mother.
That's great work by Bishops. Probably about 15 phases build up to that try. A lot of composure showed against this fantastic defense that Paul Roos have. And as a look at Justin Mother with a great leg drive to get over for a well-deserved 5-pointer and probably a fair reflection of where this game's at the moment.
What a response from Bishops. And now Bishops have the chance to add the extra 2 through their beloved Rosie.
And let's remember, Justin, that this try came off a quick tap from Willie Rose, 50 in phases previously. So he is definitely the ignition in this engine.
He delivers. Willie Rose. Temperaments from the scrum off.
Great fight back here by Bishops. Rocky start by Paul Roos in the start of this game. Managed to get 7 points up, then 10. And Bishops answers with another 7-pointer of their own.
Fuvita. Willie Rose to Geordie Meyer. Good running by Bishops. Meyer looks for safety. Mostert has work to do. And that is just pressure. What a kick by Geordie Meyer.
Great kick by Geordie Meyer, and saw a bit of space behind Matthew Cordy and in front of John Mostert there. And as Matthew Cordy started going up to join the defensive line, Meyer saw the space in behind and a well-executed kick. And this puts them right back in the attacking situation.
Well, Bishops can score next. The Cats will be set amongst the Pigeons here on the Piley Reese. And also, Andries, Paul Roos, they're not just a team of good players, they're a squad of brilliance. And they've got 4 players who played in the Western Province under-13 side in 2013. Van der Westhuizen, Mostert, Jacobs and Cordy, and it's a family of brothers.
Yeah, definitely well trained team and a good squad that they have, and they'll back themselves here in this scrum, and it's an area of the game that Bishops will have to sort out if they want to stay in this match.
Roos does well. Shorty Meyer with a dink over the top. But it is a penalty to Paul Roos. Looks like it was in front of the kicker.
An unfortunate incident there with Matthew Cordy competing for that ball in the air and staying down after what looked like a massive hit mid-air. It's always unfortunate in those circumstances, Justin, as you just look at this highlight. Both players have their eyes on the ball and not really aware of where the opposition player is, and unfortunately a part of the game where some injuries do happen.
Mostert with a thumping boots, and now the pressure is back on Bishops.
Definitely, and that's a fantastic kick by Jean Mostert, making up for that little knock on a couple of minutes earlier. And this puts Paul Roos in a dangerous position to get some points on the board 10 minutes before halftime.
Almost stolen. Advantage, Paul Roos. Jacobs. Whoa, get out of the road. Look at the Grizzly Bear go. Puerta. And here's Cairns. Jared Cairns. This is the nucleus of their play. Mick Sharink, the Dutchman.
Accidental offside there by Paul Roos, and an unfortunate end to what looked like a promising build-up to another 7-pointer under the poles. Kate Voliter can kick that with his eyes closed, and unfortunate for Paul Roos to come away there with an obstruction from Ming Sharink picking up in what looked like a certain try. It's just a testament to the power that these guys have in their front row, and their tight 5 and the whole pack of forwards. And don't let Henry Jacobs lose his temper, because he will put you on your back.
Well, yes, Henry Jacobs, he was in the elite player development squad about 2 months ago, along with Kate Voliter. JJ Kotze and Tion Pretorius missing today from the starting 15 for Paul Roos. But they've got so much talent in reserve. This Maroon squad who just take over the place. Willie Rose with the feed. Paul Roos are class at scrum time. Difficult for them not to go 1.5 meters. Meyer. And he finds touch.
Good clearance there by Bishops, and a well worked out set piece for them under pressure at scrum time, but as the rules are on schoolboy rugby, they can't go further than 1.5 meters, so it looks like they're just absorbing that pressure and making sure they're getting their ball.
Engelbrecht just playing with the defense.
Enforced error there by Bishops, and not something that you want to give this Paul Roos team, because they are class. They will punish you off your mistakes or the back of your mistakes. And if you want to keep yourself in this game, you have to be extremely clinical in your execution and everything that you do. And they've done that quite nicely for the first, 30 minutes, first half of this match, as we look at Kate Voliter lining up this kick, and probably a testament to the strength of this Bishops defense. Paul Roos not having a crack at the 7 points.
So Voliter with a chance to get an extra valuable 3 points for his side. 3 out of 3 it is. Bulita, once again.
Very, very confident young man when he stands behind the tee and never looks like missing. And let's hope I'm not putting the commentator's curse on him here, but he does look so comfortable when he approaches the rugby ball to kick it.
Just under a half an hour gone. It's tight out there. Big Matt Cordy under pressure. Love the inside ball, but it's lost forward, and it's a chance for Bishops now through Kluisman. He's not scared of the big fellows. Mana again with a great run. What an offload! It's the Forest Animal, Bingo Ivanisevic. What a try, sir!
What a response here by Bishop. One unforced error again by Remy Engelbrecht, and they just pounced on that, Justin. 5 points in the bag. Fantastic offload there by Muller, setting up the try, and this will turn this game on its head.
So we just see beautiful play from Kluisman, giving Bulita some of his own medicine, and then Muller, captain courageous. McDonald to the Honey Badger, Bingo Ivanisevic, and boy oh boy, he knows how much that means.
Great run in there by Ivanisevic, and extremely happy with that, and rightly should be. 12 points to 13 with a kick to come, and such a crucial stage of the game to put points on the board. The last 5 minutes before halftime and after halftime, so important, and Bishops have done that to perfection.
Willie Roos, composure at its best. Bishops take the lead on the Piley Reese, 14-13, 2 or 3 minutes to go before half time.
What a game of rugby we're witnessing at the moment. Paul Roos out of sorts a little, and this Bishops team extremely hungry to pull one over Paul Roos.
Izzy Wharton with an offload, unfortunate there. Cairns, the flanker, gets the ball back for Paul Roos. There's Robbie Rogers. Jan Korek van der Vats, the hooker. There's Hanu Jacobs. Paul Roos will be frustrated. Well, they want to go into half time with the lead. Big Sharek, the polar bear, looking to get on the score sheets. Huerta. They can smile the try line. Jared Cairns. And he drops the bag.
Another little unforced error, a little knock on there by Jared Cairns, 2 meters from the try line, and we saw this 5 minutes ago. What should have been a short 7-pointer turned up to be nothing, and a lot of hard work put in there by the forwards and not getting rewarded for it. And this Boris side now finding them in a position they've never found themselves in before. They're trailing just before half time, and they'll have to dig deep into their character sources to come out of this.
A sense of belief for the Bishops faithful. But Bishops are not out of the woods in the first half. They need a good scrum here so they can just relieve pressure.
Again, you can expect to see the Bishop scrum just absorbing that pressure, taking the 1.5 meters backwards and just ensuring that they get that ball. If you look at that, just taking the 1.5 meters back, getting the ball back.
Victor Allen plays his heart out. Rose, and it's a chance for Michael Roach. McDonald perhaps soaking up the clock before half-time. But they can't afford to make a mistake against Paul Roos. Roos says, if in doubt, kick it out.
Smart play there by Bishops, just trying to run down the clock, not wanting to give Paul Roos the opportunity to have another crack at them. And unfortunately, that ball spilling out of that ruck, and Roos forced to kick it out. And this now is a fantastic opportunity for Paul Roos.
Overthrow, Van Westenbrugge. Meyer to Allen and Harry Newman. Well, Bishops can run from anywhere. Ivanisevic, the Badger, beats one. Inspirational stuff from the winger. Wharton to Meyer. Van Westenbrugge and the head boy Tim Sharples finds Roach. Fantastic play by Bishops.
Fantastic play there by Bishops, and Paul Roos getting another crack at this. The liner not functioning like it should.
Jared Cairns there shows his class at line-out time. Brendan Fenter finds Matt Cordy. It's a forward pass.
Just a little bit of frustration creeping into the game here for Paul Roos. Not used to being in this position, trailing by 1 point at half-time, and not something they'll be used to. And they'll have to dig deep, like we said earlier, Justin, to their character sources to try and find a way to turn this around. It's not easy when the momentum's not going your way to turn it around, and they'll have to find something. They'll have to find the next gear to come out of this.
Just see the front row of Bishops, Aidan McDonald, Dan Stedek and Oliver Roberts, and it's lovely scenes around the Pythie Reese. Bishops with a vital scrum. Can they put the pressure on before half-time? Steady scrum. Rose, Geordie Meyer, they want more. Great offload. Tim Sharples, the lock forward. Paul Roos get the turnover and they get the penalty.
Good defense by Paul Roos, forcing that turnover and that penalty. And it looks like Kate Voller is going to nudge us, or John Morsel with that length figure that he has is going to kick this into touch. And that's interesting, Justin, taking a quick tap and calling half-time on this. You would have thought that he'd have the confidence to kick that into the Bishops half and try and get points just before half-time. So that's a testament of the pressure this Paul Roos team is under at the moment and how well Bishops is playing.
Well, also Bishops, if they put in a performance like that in the second half, they might just get their first victory here since 2010. It's 14 plays 13. We've seen 3 fantastic tries. And what a second half it's going to be.
You know, as much as we're looking to try and find the next Springbok, I think the reality is that we're actually just looking to empower kids. Sport has always been and always will hopefully continue to be that sort of secret ingredient that gives kids an opportunity. There was a tall, lanky 12-year-old. There was no doubt that he had that innate ability to play. And sport allows boys to grow physically, emotionally, and grow in confidence. And it doesn't have to be a rugby journey. It can be a journey into something else. But maybe this is the sort of opportunity to awaken a dream.
He gets ready for Saturday morning cricket an hour before he has to. He practices his swing, telling anyone who'll listen that one day he'll face the best cricketers in the world. His dad hasn't told him yet that they've got tickets to the upcoming test match. Protect your future memories by ensuring the one thing that makes your son's dreams possible: your income. Follow the link to learn more about Liberty's income protection. Liberty, the advantage of knowing.
Well, welcome to the oldest rugby field in South Africa. We have Bishops, the host, taking on Roos Gymnasium. With me here today of Liberty is Michael Dundalakis. Michael, what is Liberty's involvement here today?
Thank you, Justin. The involvement is a powerful one. We're going to be involved with the School Sports Live, which is going to enable everyone in the country to live stream it through School Sports Live, through all platforms of social media. The energy is electrifying here today. One of the strongest rugby schools, and the future of rugby is here today. We are proud as Liberty, as a company, to be sponsoring this type of event. Thank you.
So we're back at Piley Rees, in the heart of Rondebosch. And what a ball game we have here. Bishops in the lead, 14-13 over Roos. And in the fixture last year, it was just as tight, except Roos were leading 17-15 at half time out at Makota. And Andres, we have a game? Yeah.
So much to look forward to, Justin. This first half did not turn out like I thought it would. I thought Roos would be up by about 10-15 points at half-time and then comfortably winning this thing at the end of the day. But this Bishops team, they're just tenacious. They keep coming. Defensively, they're quite strong. And so much character in this team, so much fight in them, that I am just quietly confident, quietly looking forward to see what they can do in the next 35 minutes.
Willie Rose. A low deep kick. Engelbrecht with a decent clearance.
So Roos would have chatted about this because they are the favourite team here. They are probably the strongest team on paper, but they've not been able to transfer that onto the field. And one of the areas they want to sort out is exactly this one, the line-out.
Sharples. It was a hard one for him. As a result, it's a turnover through Van der Watt. Jan Korek, Van der Watt. Roos will look to build the phases as they continue to punch the Platinum Blues defensive line. Robbie Rogers carrying the ball in his hand like it's an orange pip. Wurzer finds a good runner on his outside. Mustard with the offload. And here's danger. Brendan Venter, the captain, trying to get involved. And Roos have the penalty.
Great play by Roos, and and hard work by the forwards. And it's quite strange for me to see this, Justin. They're making use of the pick and goes and the one of runners quite a lot in this match, and they're not giving their backline too many opportunities to have a crack. And the first time they had a crack, they made 25 yards in the field, and I'd like to see this Paul side back themselves more. They've got such exciting players on the outside. Give them a ball and let them do what they do best.
Paul Roos trying to get the ball going here, and it's a burst away on the blind side. Paul Roos agonizingly close. They pick and drive through Sharenk. Try time, Paul Roos, and coming up with it is the Grizzly Bear, Hanro Jacobs.
Yeah, I don't believe there's anyone in the world that will stop Hanro Jacobs 2 meters away from the try line when he decides to go over. And fantastic leg drive by him, pick and go. And this is the area of the game as well where they turned over two balls on the attack 2 meters away from the try line. And this time Hanro Jacobs said, guys, give it to me. I'll just rumble it over. And this is what Paul Roos needed also, Justin, to turn the momentum back into their favour. First to score points after first 5 minutes of the second half, and exactly what they would have wanted from half time.
Vulita to add the extra 2. 3 out of 3 so far for the little magician. Beautiful strike, raises the flags. Vulita.
When Paul Roos scored this year, he can almost just write 7 on the scoreboard right from the start, because he never looks like missing the golf or the rugby kick at goal.
5 out of 6 last week against Paul Jim. Roos with a similar kick, telling Paul Roos to go from deep inside your own 22. Carried there by Cordy. Good run by Andre Smits. Jacobs with a lovely little pop pass to Regan van der Westhuizen. Well, Paul Roos, the business end of their poisonous snake is definitely their back line. And if they get it to the players on the outside, anything can happen. And there's Jacobs again. Bishops spot him this time. Mustard. That's out on the ball. That's one of the only mistakes he'll make.
Uncharacteristic error there by John Mustard, and again Paul Roos just opting to play with the forwards, and to my mind they're not getting the ball into the hands of John Mustard often enough. I'd like to see them have 1 or 2 goes with a pack of forwards and then give it to John Mustard, let him work his magic, let him take on the line and try and find some space.
Great take by Mother. Here's Jordy Meyer. Ibn Izabich joining the line. Rose. Izzy Wharton. This time he loses it forward.
Unfortunate by Bishops. That would have been a great opportunity for them to respond to that early try in the second half by Paul Roos. And again, it will be interesting to see what they do here. They've been opting to go with a pack of forwards and not using their backline often enough to my liking. They've got such exciting outside backs. Give them the ball, let them have a crack, and off that you can bring the forwards back into the game.
Well, both these sides have tough games next. Bishops are back at home again for the third time in a row, or the fourth time in a row, rather, against Boland Landbou. And then Roos have Boys High next week. So, no room to slip up for both these sides. They need a victory. Tremendous scrum. Great running by the captain, Brendan Fenter. Picked up by Cordy, trying to break away. Beautiful stuff here by Jared Cairns. Penalty advantage. Robbie Rogers.
Go look for work there, Katie. Go look for work. Go,
Picked
go,
up
go,
by
go,
Sharik.
go, 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 go.
Puerta finds Rogers, who slips it to Sharik. Mink Sharik, the Dutchman, the polar bear. Roos will be dangerous now. Offloads it to Mostert. Vulita. Henry Jacobs, the big man. Patience is what's required now. Robbie Rogers. Scrum off has a dab. We come back for the penalty.
Great play there by Roos. Another strong run by Ming Sharing. He's just been fantastic this season. Every time he gets his hands onto the ball, something seems to happen. And he's got quite a turn of pace for a big man that he does, Ming Sharing. And then again, the Pack 5 and the Pack 4s of Roos just keep having a crack at this Bishop's defence. Just worth a mention, Justin, I don't know if you saw that fantastic little offload by big Henry Jacobs out of the back of his hand. It just shows the set of skills that he has on that big frame of his.
Roos, they score next. There'll be a lot of breathing space. Puerta to Mostert. Van der Westhuizen, the bus. Miksharink. Jacobs. He gets a second. Can you believe it? Henry Jacobs.
The big man getting over for his second try, and it's as if whenever they reach a stage in the field where they're 5 meters out, just pass it to the big boy and he'll just rumble it over. A little bit of dead footwork here to get on the inside of the defence there of Muller, and a good reach to get the 5 points for his side.
With a tight end prop, he has it all. He has the skills, and he does the hard yards really well. What a player he is. Vulita with his 5th attempt at goal today. Colossi strike by Cade Vulita. Remember the name.
Good response by Roos. We mentioned just before half-time that they have to show tremendous character to come out of this lull that they were in, and they've responded very, very nicely.
What do Bishops have left? Engelbrecht drops the buckets. Bishops with a scrum.
Yeah, and he's been out of sorts today, Justin. You mentioned it earlier, when, just before kickoff, that Remy Engelbrecht must be one of the best wingers in South Africa schoolboy rugby, but he's just been slightly out of sorts today. Knocked on 3 balls now, 3 handling errors by him, and not something you're used to seeing from the class of player that he is. And it just could be a testament of the amount of rugby they've played. They've had tough games, week in and week out. The trials in the midweek, they've got this match. Next week they've got ball boys out, that wouldn't be easy, and so much rugby these guys are playing, and maybe that's starting to show on the field.
Well, Paul Roos obviously not getting the scrum, but what a marvellous push that was. Bishops, the party is still on here at the Party Reese, they believe. But they desperately need to get the next score.
Dangerous situation for them, Justin. If Paul score again next, they might just start running away with this match, and that's what they've been doing throughout the season, putting 60 points on most teams they play against, and they just seem to run away with it towards the end.
Kuzman, Ivanisevic, off the left foot, the Badger. Izzy Wharton. The Bishops won't give up. Meyer, Geordie Meyer fends off one. Well, that's Meyer magic on the Party Reese.
Fantastic response by Bishop. We just mentioned this, and getting onto the scoreboard straight after Paul Roos has scored, and Geordie Meyer, fantastic handoff there. One of the best defenders in this Paul Roos side. Here's Brendan Fence, and he'd be disappointed, but what a response by Bishops.
We just see beautiful stuff. Meyer, the show and go. He did that last week, and then fends off Brendan Fencer, the captain of Paul Roos, and he says we aren't going away.
Fantastic vision by him, getting into that space that was created by a player on the outside that gave up the integrity of their defensive line for a spot tackle. He decided not to give that pass and went straight through that gap. Brendan Fencer probably a bit high in his attempt of tackle, and handed off by a strong left fend by Geordie Meyer. 5 points on the board.
It looked like a fluffed number 4 would, but it went straight through. What a kick, Willie Rose.
Amazing stuff by Willie Rose. He can do everything. Tackle, run, kick, does the throwing in the line out. What can this man not do?
Running rugby since 1861. What do Bishops have in the tank? Is there a twist in the tail? Can they upset the Paul Roos party of 2018? Victor Allen works the blind side. It's an opportunity now for Paul Roos. Corey van der Vat finds Daniel Swartz. Bishops trying to dismantle this engine. The maroon machine. Jacobs at first receiver. He'll fancy a hat-trick. Matt Cordy punching at the line. Jacobs, another carry. Mostert having a go at the line. And the sing-song is happening at the Party Reese. Van der Westhuizen with the leg drive. Try time, what a response. Henry Jacobs has a hat-trick. He has number 3 on his back, and he has 3 tries. What a day to remember.
And he probably had 3 involvements in the build-up to that try. A little deft offload on the inside to Regan van der Westhuizen to create that space. And then a fantastic line to get over the try line for the 3rd time this afternoon. Just the inevitable here. Henry Jacobs won't be stopped by the first man, not the second man. Hopefully the third, and over a try.
So the Grizzly gets a hat-trick, and Vulita with his 6th attempt at goal. Easy as you like, he does it in his sleep.
Again, Paul Roos opting and sticking with his the strategy of keeping the ball in the forwards' hands and not unleashing their back line. We've not mentioned Cade Croy's name in 20 minutes. Remy Engelbrecht, hardly. Cade Volita, apart from him kicking over everything that comes his way, we've not mentioned his name in broken play.
Paul Roos, 13 points up. And they haven't been at their best, and that's the impressive thing. Sharink. Will they have a run? Jared Cairns. Mostert goes for touch. Solid clearance.
Good kick by John Mostert, under a bit of pressure there from Bishops, and got some good distance on that. Paul Roos opting to use a tight 5 to come around the corner to create the better angle for John Mostert to have his exit kick.
Geordie Mayer to Victor Allen, having a go. Rose. And this time it's to Izzy Wharton, the number 8. Scrappy ball. The dink ahead by Klusman. And Bishops have the scrum.
Great result there for Bishops. Probably a bit unfortunate for Paul Roos, because I thought they went off Liam Klusman forward first before he got knocked on by Paul Roos, but they'll take that, and this is another opportunity for them to answer that 7-pointer scored by Paul Roos.
The 7-pointer will bring Bishops back into the game. Rose to Mayer. Ivanisevic intercepted. Vulita sends it downtown and the race is on. Bishops have to tidy it up. Under the pump. Mother comes to the rescue. Klusman. Ivanisevic is saying that's forcefully knocked forward. So Bishops have the penalty.
Frantic stuff here today, Justin. Bishops just sensing that they might be able to cause an upset here, and Paul Roos, the class that they are, just keeping them at bay.
About 15 minutes to go on the Piley Reese. Bishops need to score soon. Allen, beautiful pass to Klusman. And here's Bingo Ivanisevic. Get out on the road. The Honey Badgers in town. Look at him go. Anu Intabani, the bone collector. Penalty to Bishops.
And that run there by Bingo Ivanisevic, that got his school on their feet and shouting his name, and surely that could get them started on what probably could be a great comeback here for Bishops. Fantastic to see the fighting spirit in all these players on the field today.
Proud school. They've got 15 minutes to keep their unbeaten record alive in 2018. And this will be a tolling lineout. Willie Rose, the number 9 with a feed. Mother, the captain. The Platinum Blues with a shot to get back into the game. Roos, fantastic stuff.
Brave from Bishops to take on this tight 5 from Paul Roos, and unfortunately for them, getting turned over by a pack that probably has a weight advantage and the size advantage on them. Brave option from them, didn't work out.
Great scrum. They headed up through Brendan Fenter. Shrink under pressure to Swartz, and here's Mostert. Engelbrecht from deep inside his own 22. Lost forward. Here comes Justin Mother. Can Bishops cash in? Good carry by Izzy Wharton. Stellick guarding. Willie Rose to Geordie Meyer. Klusman. Whoa, big collision. Tackle made by Cade Croy. Polris, they poach it. A vital poach by the Maroon Machine. Well, both sides enjoying themselves out here. And here's Engelbrecht. Vulita in space. Back to Vulita from Jared Cairns. And here goes the majestic Cade Vulita. This is incredible. What a score for Cade Vulita, the fullback.
Outstanding rugby by Paul Roos. You'd never see this coming. Great turnover, 5 meters from their line. Great counter ruck by them, and then the vision to see the space on the outside. Get the ball into the hands of these outside backs. Get it into Remy Engelbrecht, Cade Vulita, and they'll show you what they can do. Fantastic inside ball by Cade Vulita. Mingsha ring spin everywhere. Cade Vulita, deft footwork and a bit of pace on the outside, and probably thinking to himself, let's get it difficult this time, put it down in the corner and challenge myself to kick it over.
Vulita, one for the future. Can Vulita make it 7 out of 7? It's been the Cade Vulita show on the Piley Reese.
And that's something you don't see that often. Cade Vulita not succeeding at kicking the extra 2 points. But we've mentioned this, Justin. We've spoken about this. Get these outside backs, give them the ball, and let them do what they do best. And a fantastic long-range try from Paul Roos.
Bishops won't lie down. 39 plays 21. Paul Roos with the advantage. But with this confidence now, they could be deadly. Great carry by Jared Cairns. Robbie Rogers. His prop counterpart's got a hat-trick. He wants to get on the score sheet. What's up? Look at the hands there from Jacobs. Beautiful stuff. Oh, this is lovely. Rogers to Mostert. And this is vintage Paul Roos rugby. Van der Westhuizen goes to the offload. And Bishops with a chance to breathe.
And this is what Paul Roos will do to you. They wear you down, they'll wear you down. And just when you think the end is in sight, they'll come and they'll put you to bed.
Well, Paul Roos, in the games before this game, they have averaged at 65 points a game, and the opposition has averaged at 11. That is a terrifying statistic. The Maroon Machine. Bishops managed to get it back. Harry Newman. Well, he's as slippery as an eel. Razzle dazzle stuff there, but it's a little bit too much. Is it play on? No, it's not.
Great run there by Harry Newman, finding some space in between Brendan Fenter and Remy, or should I say Regan van der Westhuizen, who stayed down and looks like he's incurred some sort of injury. I'll tell you what, Justin, I don't think there's one man in that Bishop pack that's looking forward to going down in the scrum.
And Andrew Jacobs is saying, I want to scrum for the rest of my life. Beautiful scenes here at Bishops. Table Mountain in the background. The oldest rugby field in South Africa. Kluter. Fenter getting over the game line. Kluter to Daniel Swartz, the number 5. They look composed out there, Paul Roos. Just going through the phases. Matt Cordy. Kluter. Massive hits. They heard that in Stellenbosch. But breakaway from Regan van der Westhuizen. Kluter, Van Jan Bova, and Jacobs makes an error. The hat-trick hero.
He just popped up everywhere, carrying in the midfield, scoring tries, getting offloads away, making tackles. He's been phenomenal today, Andrew Jacobs. Regan van der Westhuizen getting smashed in the tackle, but the presence of mind to let go of the ball, get back onto his feet, and get his team going forward again.
Take a moment to thank Liberty for making this stream possible. What a great initiative. Paul Roos have dominated at scrum time. Mostert trying to shred the defense to pieces. Kluter goes on the short side to Matty Cordy. Getting over the 22. Paul Roos in search of another try. Robbie Rogers. Kluter pops it to Cordy. And there's the Grizzly Bear again, loving his rugby at the moment. Mostert to Vulita. Penalty.
And the class of this Paul Roos team just showing through at the moment. Under pressure early on in the match, and just slowly but surely putting the Bishops team away, and the pressure is now starting to show, giving away penalties, knocking on balls. And Paul Roos now, with all the momentum on their side, 5 meters from the try line, and you can just smell Henry Jacobs getting over for a fourth.
So here goes the maroon Sherman tank on the Piley Reese. Jan Korek van der Butts. He gets one. The hooker scores.
Good try by Paul Roos, and probably a little bit inevitable for Bishops. They've played their hearts out today, but just come up against a team that possesses a little bit more class, well-coached side, a lot bigger physically, and not possible for this Bishops team to keep that physical presence of Paul Roos at bay for the full 70 minutes.
The try scorer, Jan Korek van der Butts, getting a rare start in the number 2 jumper over the general captain, JJ Kotza. Vulita with his 8th shot at goal. Drags that one to the right, but it won't matter.
Let's just look at this highlight. The Sherman tank, as you call it, Justin, just rumbling through, and then the Bishops pack just being no competition for that Paul Roos type 5.
Klutzer, the replacement scrum off. Brendan Fenter, the captain, stand-in captain for JJ Kotza. Penalty to Bishops. Willie Rose, waste no time to Klusman. Izzy Wharton to Michael Roach. Tries to keep it alive.
With 3 minutes to go in this match, Justin, probably time for us to start talking about who the man of the match was, the Liberty man of the match today. And there's so many to pick from, so many fantastic performances from everyone in this Bishop side. No one less so than William Rose, Jordan Mayer. He's been fantastic. Their captain's been inspirational. And this, if we look across at the Paul Roos side, also just class everywhere. Ming Sharink's been all over the field. Kate Volati's been good. Remy Engelbrecht's been strong. The whole pack, Robbie Rogers, he's been good. But undoubtedly the man of the match today, the 3-try hero, the Grizzly Bear, the man with a bag of tricks, Henry Jacobs.
Daniel Swartz, good take. Fenter, Mostert. Well, this season, Paul Roos have won every game by at least 20 points. And it is one, or they're on their way to being one of the best ever produced schoolboy sides. Shenanigans on the Piley Reese. Engelbrecht. Paul Roos, they'll look to make it 50.
One last crack at it, Jason. 20 seconds to go in this match, and 50 points should surely be in the back of their minds.
That's the game. Paul Roos, they make it. 10 out of 10 so far in 2018. Well, in the first half, it wasn't their best performance, but what they've shown, when they get the momentum, Andres, they really make the opposition pay.
Definitely, and a lot of character showed by this Paul Roos team, a lot of maturity and confidence in their systems. They backed themselves in the second half, they didn't go away. All the momentum was with Bishops going into half-time, and they just turned that around and kept feeding off that. And a fantastic rugby match we've just seen on Piley Reese, and what a advertisement for schools rugby in South Africa.
Well, there you have it. The final score, Roos 44, Bishops 21. Very close to what happened previously at this field 2 years ago, where the final score was 42-24 to Roos. But we have seen a magnificent performance by Roos. Next week, Roos take on Boys High. Bishops have Boland Landbo at home. Thank you for joining us. Well, what an amazing result it was here for Paul Roos on the Pythie Reese, beating Bishops 44-21. We've got Michael here from Liberty handing over the man of the match performance to big number 3, Hanru Jacobs. So Hanru, what does it feel like to score a hat-trick at Bishops here on their home turf? And it's 10 out of 10 as well for your boys.
It's my first hat-trick for Paul Roos. It feels very good. My first try for eerste 3 vir die first team gewees. Ons stadig begin, maar ons baie composure gehou en ons het deurgedruk. Ek is baie trots op ons.
And your boys, well, at one stage it looked like Bishops were coming back into the game, but then you could just see it was your experience and all you boys, you play like a band of brothers and you managed to push them out.
Ja, ons oefen elke week baie hard. Baie confidence in die ouens. Baie ouens kom van laas jaar af saam, ons baie tyd. Ons baie so tyd broederskap en ek is baie trots op die ouens.
And next week, another tough game. It doesn't get harder for you all the time. Every week is difficult. Boys high.
Ja, ons compose, ons reg prepared vir hulle. Ek sien uit.
Well, that's all from us here at Pythie Reese, the oldest rugby field in South Africa. Paul Roos Gym defeats Bishops on their home turf. Final score 44-21 to Paul Roos.